Today I'm going to be looking at Tom Asta's video called I Suck at These Tricks, giving him advice. Let's dive in and talk about this a little bit.
We're going to get to the tricks that I'm really bad at. I don't know. I think I'm going to do them up a little Euro gap because I'm going to need a little bump. I'm going to need a little help for these ones. So first trick
Which is actually really interesting that he's going up a bump for these. I guess it helps give you more pop, come to think of it. But if I was practicing a flat ground trick, I personally would just want to hack it out flat ground to make sure I have it there first. But, you know, it's all preference at the end of the day. And I guess it gives him a little boost, so.
Up on the list is hard flip. It sucks that I'm bad at this one because I always really liked it. When I was younger, I had this weird thing where I couldn't frontside flip and hard flip at the same time. It was always like, if I learned frontside flips, I lost hard flips.
Dude, I totally get him. I had kick flips, and then I would do like kickflip sex change instead of like an actual kickflip. And when I did get kickflip, it was like I just had kickflip, but I couldn't do the sex change again. It's a very weird thing that happened. He kind of had this going with hard flips, which I just learned hard flips thanks to my buddy Joe, who taught me how to do them. I'm not consistent with them, but I kind of get the hang of them now.
If I had hard flips, I lost frontside flips. I don't know what was with it, but I just stuck with frontside flips, and the hard flips have always been rough since. I dread them in games of skate. I don't think I've ever filmed a like a clip of a hard flip in my life. I don't know, man. They're just not for me. We'll try and tackle a hard flip up the...
You know, it's always kind of funny when you hear a pro say, like, they haven't done X trick, and you start thinking back to clips of them, and you're like, oh my god, I've never seen them do that trick, and now you just kind of hyper-focus on it. So it's funny, because I'm going to be watching the clips going, oh yeah, now he doesn't do it.
This Euro gap, and if you guys have any trick tips for hard flips or any tricks I name in this video, like, please leave them in the comments below. I need some help with these ones. I hope you guys enjoy watching me struggle. Let's get to it. Let's try some hard flips.
Oh, he's got the same rotation problem that I was having there, and I still have it, and I'm slowly working it out, but it's like hard to get them to go back to the position that you started the board at. Like, they always want to go not all the way, just like 3/4 of the way. It's a very weird thing when you start learning hard flips. Yeah, see, look at that. It makes it really complicated. It's a very strange thing because it makes you feel like you want to take your foot and wrap it around to kind of give that board that extra turn, but it's really not that. It's like all in the foot placement and the flick, and I'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh, we just turned off the music. We good. I was kidding. Body goes like a 90. Can't seem to bring it around every time.
Dude, his rotation's actually like getting less and less each try, which when you do hard flips repeatedly, it takes a lot out of you. So I get it, because that also happens to me. There's a video, I'll show it right here, where I just did one and it didn't go all the way either. I kind of had to like kick it over after I landed it. It's a very hard thing.
Like catching it, I think I have to like spin it or pivot it or something. They're not doing like a full rotation. It's super hard. Some of the tries I feel so lost.
That's basically what my hard flip is now.
I feel like every time I land one, that's how I land it.
Okay, here's my advice for it, since he asked for advice in the video. Flick it like you're flicking straight down, and as someone who just learned it, when I do one that's really good, like I have landed a handful that are straight, I have more of my foot on the board and my foot slightly angled. In the back foot, I have kind of like more in the dip than I do kind of on the tail. And when I have it in the dip, it kind of gives it that push that it needs to bring the full rotation around. And that's what I've noticed, and it's so hard to like hyper focus on that because you're so worried about the flick, you're worried about getting racked. There's a million things about the flick that get you worried that you forget to do that, and I think that's one of the most important parts that I need to remember myself even. So let's see the other tricks that he sucks at.
All right, so we got the hard flip. As you can see, it's just an uncomfortable trick for me to do. It's not that I literally can't do it or it's gonna be an hour. It's just ugly when I do it. They don't look good. I've never been consistent at them. They don't really pop. I like pivot. I don't know, I just feel like I do the trick wrong, man. But we got one and we're keeping it. But the next trick on the list is frontside big spins. Another game of skate trick that I will most likely miss. I can get lucky if it's indoors at like the barracks or something where, you know, the ground's a little slick and I can swoop it around a bit. This trick's just weird for me. It's just weird. It's hard for me to spin frontside, get the full rotation. Everything about it is just funky, man. So we'll try and get a frontside big spin, and
So this is a trick that I've continually worked on, specifically on hips. And there's been a few that I've like rolled away from, but then fell off last minute. And I've asked a handful of people I know that can do them. So I have some good ideas as to what you need to do to actually land them. So let's see how he does them first.
See you back here in a second. I'd say that was a better first try than I expected. Trick still feels terrible.
He's actually getting really good pop on them. And I get, again, that it's not like he can't do it. It just takes him a while to do. But one of the things that's complicated about this trick is you want to treat it like a front shove almost when you're doing it, but you're trying to like make up for that extra rotation. At the same time, keep your shoulders rotating. But the hardest part about that is trying to remember the first rotation. Like you almost have to like wind yourself up for it and then wind back for it. And watch his as he does it and you'll see what I'm talking about, because I don't think he's doing that first wind up part. He did it a little bit in this one, but like you really got to turn your body and like wind up for it. And that I've noticed gives that board that extra little spin at the end that you need. And you can see the board's going away that way in this one. Yeah, see, look, by the time the board's like halfway rotated, his shoulder's still back the other way, so the board's not going to come around.
More spin, man. My body does not want to do it.
And see, he gets it right there. He kind of like is doing the motions of the rotation, so he knows he has to do it. Like, I'm not telling him anything new here. I'm just pointing out what I'm seeing as I'm watching this.
Keep turning my body. I don't know.
Also, little disclaimer here. For anyone that's going to be like, well, you're not a pro, he's a pro, so shut up, or whatever the argument, I don't know what it's going to be. But I feel like I'm one of those people that is like able to give advice, but like can't take the advice themselves. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like I've always been that. Like there's been some tricks that I haven't been able to do. Like I think I helped someone land a big flip one time, and I don't know what I was able to explain that made it work for them. And then another time, a back big spin I got someone to do, and I can't do that trick. So I'm good at, like, explaining stuff, I guess. It's just a matter of me doing it. I don't think I'm, like, physically equipped to do some tricks, which is why I'm sitting here in a chair explaining this stuff.
Oh. I think we got both feet on that time.
His rotation looks so good right there. Watch this next one.
All right, frontside big spin is handled. Definitely weird. Again, not good. Could have done it better, I guess. I don't know. That's just the way these...
To be honest, I think if he just like sat there hucking that trick out in like a session or two, he could have it on lock. Like watching him land away from that, he's got good pop on it. Once he got the rotation, it was there. He could work this one out. Like, I could see that. And also that applies to the hard flip. I just think the hard flip will take him a little bit longer, and as it takes, like, anyone a lot longer to learn. That's not an easy trick, hence why it's called a hard flip.
These things go for me. They're not good. I keep saying that, but it's just the way it is, man. You got any tips for frontside big spins? Leave the comment, please. I'll take any advice I can get. I've been trying these tricks my whole life, and like this is how it's been going for me. So I kind of brush them to the side. Next up, we got frontside heel flip. Frontside heel flip is probably the one I'm most comfortable with on this list. I don't really know why I put it on there, but we are gonna get one and see how it goes. I guess hopefully get one, right? I'm being a little confident there. But yeah, I have done this trick a few times. Still, again, I don't know if I've ever really filmed a frontside heel flip.
This is one of those tricks where I can't do it, but I have friends that can do it. I've watched a lot of my friends do it. I've watched a lot of tutorials on this trick. Funny enough, because I'm very invested in myself learning it, the thing that I've been mostly afraid of is like the rotation. I know I can do front 180 is good, but I'm like worried that it's gonna go like straight up. But let's see what he has to say.
That I can recall. So let's go try to get one.
He just hucked that out real quick. Is he sure that he sucks at this trick?
So yeah, we got the frontside heel. It was chilling. I mean, it was probably the best one I've done so far on this list. The way I did it, everything about it. It's still a hard trick for me to pop to get.
Let's go back and break that down real quick. Here's the thing about front heels. Even though like he got it, what I've learned through watching tutorials is that you sort of have to lean back with it and then kind of like squat over it, but also give that same like heel flip flick, but give your shoulders a rotation, if that makes sense. And that's what kind of makes you land it. You don't really wind up with this one, from what I've been told.
So yeah, we got the frontside heel. It was chilling. I mean, it was probably the best one I've done so far on this list. The way I did it, everything about it. It's still a hard trick for me to pop, to get like, to go over something or down a gap. It's still very like, I feel like I kind of roll the trick, you know, which isn't bad. I think they look okay. They kind of look cool, but they're not proper. They're not the way I would want to like try it down a gap or feel confident like that or pop over something. They just kind of like work on flat ground. Yeah, they just go, you know. They're not, I'm not good at them, but I'm not bad at them. They're just blah. I did figure, since the front side heel went kind of easy, that I'm gonna combine the big spin and the heel flip, and we're gonna try and do a front big heel. Probably a struggle, but let's get to it.
Ooh, front big heel. I've never even like looked into this. I have one friend that can do this trick. I don't know much about it, but I'm gonna watch his process and see what he does and see if there's anything I notice.
And I'll see you back. This one definitely takes a bit more effort, man. Holy. I gotta not bail it, because when I bail it, I keep hitting the inside of my knee and it hurts. Trying. Fair heel flip 180. I don't get how this is sometimes like some people's go-to trick.
I feel like you need a lot more wind up with this trick. This is a wind up one, right? Or he's kind of like starting back, but maybe he needs like a little bit more wind up to get that board coming back around.
Gotta flip it faster.
You know what's so hard is like telling yourself exactly what he did. Flipping it faster, but also getting pop at the same time. Because pop you're so focused on, but you also want to get the rotation at once, which makes this so difficult. So I get it. I don't know if there's a day that I'm going to be able to land this trick. Bruh. That was butter.
The frontside big spin heel, I was kind of just being a bitch, to be honest. I felt like I needed to just be confident. With tricks that are uncomfortable for me, it's hard to have confidence with, obviously. Like, you don't want to land primo, you don't want to slip, I don't know, it's just like, you don't feel comfortable, so why are you going to be so confident about it? I needed to kind of talk myself into just being confident and sticking one, and it worked out. I was getting more hurt, failing, and just trying to fling them out.
Have you ever tried a trick and then just kind of suddenly pictured yourself like landing this trick and you're like, all right, stop being a little about it and just land it? That's happened to me like a lot, and I'm like, this is what I have to do. And as soon as I envision it, I land it, and it seemed like that's what happened with him.
That's probably the best one I think I've ever done in my life. I'd do another one of these maybe with like ledge tricks or rail tricks or something.
Yeah, he should definitely do that. I love watching these like tricks I suck at that are like pros skating. I filmed one of these for my friend Justice for Crux a while back. That was a lot of fun to do. These are just fun videos. Maybe I'll even make one on my channel. So anyway, Tom Asta is like one of my new favorite YouTubers to watch. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see me do a tricks I suck at, leave a comment down below. Let me know, and let me know your thoughts on this video. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.